Good morning.
Good morning.
The concrete is drying nicely, and this morning we need to tear it all apart. We gotta tear apart all the forms now, get all the forms out, and then this floor we're actually gonna cut and put lines in it, so if it needs to crack, it'll crack on our lines and not where it wants to. The biggest reason we need to do that is it's a huge slab, good size, 40 by 40, and then also I have the footings where the lift is gonna go, and you wanna have your score lines so far away from your lift, so I'm gonna make sure we have those exactly where we need them now, get that done, and the sooner we cut the concrete, the easier it'll be, because the more time you let the concrete dry, the harder it gets. So that's one of the reasons why we didn't take the forms off right away. It's because I wanted it to be hard on the edges so we weren't cracking or chipping the edges. Maybe I should have cut the concrete before this because it would have been softer, but we're gonna find out. So let's get these forms off and then we can do some cutting. Since we have a hydraulic powered shovel, we might as well use this to dig out and tear apart our forms. That'll be a little bit more fun, less back breaking.
You were worried about breaking off the sides, and now you got the excavator out. I don't know.
We gotta practice. It's the only way we'll get better.
Maybe you should start on not the front side.
Front.
Yeah, but maybe you should not start on the front side with it.
All right, we'll try that, see if that's deep enough. I think it should be. I don't want to go crazy. I just want to make it so we don't have to shovel everything off and break off all the extra concrete. It was kind of nice that all these pieces just popped off with the excavator. So now we should be able to go in, get the screws out, and get it the rest of the way off. The worst pot, they get filled up with sand and concrete. Yep. Let's see. It's like wiggling a loose tooth.
I was gonna say, wow, I'm surprised
Sometimes
it came
they
out
just
like
don't want to come out. Shooting sand at me. The worst part is it gets sand in here and then it shoots the sand out at you in your face. You're getting sandblasted. That's nice. I was able to get them all out. Ooh, that looks good.
You still have that one stake, Dan.
Yeah, but there's no screws in it.
Okay. It looks so good. Oh, yeah.
I'm happy with that. So we just gotta try to unscrew it at the scab boards, your favorite word, and then we can get it out over that stake, and then we can get that stake out.
What do you think? You're gonna get into concrete?
Nope.
Only once in a while?
I don't mind doing it for odd jobs, but it's not anything I'd want to do all the time. All right, I might have went a little crazy backfill and everything, but I wanted to make sure our forms didn't move on us and we had a nice straight line when we were done. This backside is all just backfilled with sand, so I think we can just knock the sand away at the stakes where we need to unscrew it and then pull it out, and then we can get this side out, and then we'll have the other side. But yeah, and then I'm gonna have to take some of the stone and kind of level it off better, so I don't want to have such a high taper right up to the edge of the building right now. I want to get it all built first, and then we'll put more stone up against it, but we need room to work.
He might have went crazy backfilling and doing all the things, but it stayed, the form stayed where they needed to stay. They didn't have any blowouts, and that's what the concern is and why you have to do all that work, and it worked, so we're good.
Yeah, a blowout on concrete day would not be good, so you're better off spending the extra time securing it and then having to take a little bit more time getting everything cleaned up and removed afterwards, so you'll have a straight line and not dealing with a mess on concrete day. It's so much nicer nailing in sand than it is nailing on stone. It's like the sword and the stone.
I didn't think I was gonna get
Victory. All right, one more screw, I think. I'll go to the other end and do the same thing. Then we can flop it on its side and unscrew all the scab boards. Ooh.
Nice.
Oops. There we go. We can undo all this and save the forms for next time we need them. All right, we want to score the concrete slab. So that way if it wants to crack, it'll crack where we have it scored. Because all concrete normally cracks. We're gonna go every 10 feet. Gonna do one more. All right, put it on the mark, the 10-footer. You good right there?
Yeah. Oh, those are hot.
They hot?
Yeah, they're hot.
I believe it. All right, let's snap some lines, then we can make some dust. stand on that. Let me roll it back up and shake chalk over it, because I can still see quite a bit of white. All right, you got it tight?
Yeah.
Oh, that worked perfect. I can see that real nice.
Well, that sand is hot.
Everything's hot.
Yep.
Even you.
Thanks, babe. You too.
Okay, do your end. I'm gonna do my end again. Okay, that's good.
Did you mark going the other way yet?
Yeah, we gotta do one more over here, and then we'll do them all this way. All right, we are gonna use a diamond saw blade on our regular circular saw to cut this. So we picked up the DeWalt diamond saw blade, and we're putting it on a Milwaukee. I don't know if we can do that, but we're doing it. I didn't have no Milwaukees. All right, DeWalt, you can work in a Milwaukee. It'll be okay.
How about you ask the Milwaukee if it's okay with the DeWalt?
Milwaukee, you show the DeWalt who's boss. That's what's gonna happen. So let's try that and see how it goes. Get a drink of water, put my mask on, and then I'm gonna get ready to get dusty. We have a nice little gentle breeze. Hopefully it stays and just keeps blowing the dust out of my way. It's not gonna be a fun job, but it's gotta get done. Thinking the battery died. Yeah,
Your lines look straight until you look all the way.
it's a little wonky. It's hard to see through the dust. But once we get the shop floor all dirty and using it, you'll never even see the line.
Never.
One battery done. It wasn't completely charged, but It's not charging no more. It's actually working a lot better than I thought it was going to. It's going fairly easy. The wind is blowing perfectly that way, so we're gonna keep cutting this down and that way. So hopefully the wind keeps coming like this. It's keeping it out of our face and keeping it out of the saw. The battery die? Yep, bummer. We're going through the batteries a lot quicker than I was hoped for. What are you gonna do? The batteries could just be overheating too. It is warm out, and then this saw is working for that, but I'm impressed. Woo-wee. So close, and the battery died. So close. 5 more feet. Halfway there. 3 more cuts. I like it. I got clean so I can see my lines. But I can't clean too hard or I take my lines off. It'll be nice for it to rain later and wash all the dust off. All right, 3 more cuts. It's the worst when the battery dies because it just stops and you're pushing so hard, you're like, ugh. The worst part about the wind blowing forward is it's covering up my chalk line as I go. So this one's really getting wonky, but luckily I think this line will be covered up by our wall. All right, hopefully we can finish this cut with this battery. It's not fun putting a wet mask back on. Whew. I think we gotta let the batteries and the saw take a break for a little bit, and we can finish taking apart our forms. I think it all needs to cool off. All right, let's try this again. The batteries were overheated. I don't know. I'm assuming they're gonna overheat again. I just don't know how quickly. Hopefully we can at least finish this line. Then we'll have to take a ride up and see if the other battery's charged. We have 1 more line left to do and then it's done. Woo-wee. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna go start that other line, see how far I get, and then we'll take a ride up and we can go get our other battery. So close. All right, let's go check on the other battery. So the first battery we started with was on the charger. It's 3/4 of the way charged. We got a battery that was on the drill we've been using today. So I'm hoping we can get her done. We hear the thunder rumbling in the distance and I am ready to be done. So here we go. Last battery, here we come. Last one. Give it a rest for a second. It's probably just overheated. Whew. So close, so close. That's it. We are good. Whew. I like that it's done. I didn't like doing it. With all of our big rainstorms we've been getting over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of spots we can't get grass to grow. And one of them is on top of our leach field. Every time we put stuff down, it gets washed off and ruts get left. So we got this all cleaned up again. We're gonna seed it today. And this is what we got some of those hay bales for right there. That is mulch hay. We're gonna put some seeds down, cover this with mulch hay, and hopefully keep the erosion at bay. They're calling for rain tonight and tomorrow, and either a couple of inches or like 4 to 5 inches. So we need to get this taken care of to help erosion control and hopefully get this all grassed up, because so far we haven't had much luck. All right, we were able to get clover and a timothy mix for grass seed. So if we wanted to in the future, we could put sheep out on this. I wouldn't put cows, but if we ever wanted to put the sheep, or if we ever wanted to put our meat birds out here, we could, and they'll have some good grass to eat. So these are tiny seeds. We're just gonna open it up a little bit and go fast. I can always go back around again if needed. The reason I did that with the tractor bucket is I wanted to smooth it out, and I also wanted to get good seed to soil compact. Sorry, I'm just checking out for ruts as I'm looking down. What we did for the pasture before is we dragged it afterwards, but I figured over here, if I can put a little bit of pressure on it, like rolling it, it gets the seeds to touch the soil and it'll get a better germination rate. So I'm actually really happy. Horse flies are out. I'm actually really happy with how that is looking up here. Looks nice as well. So now we're just gonna get some hay down and keep it all from washing out. So the goal is to cut the strings and hopefully we can roll it out and just spread it out. And that'll keep the erosion from happening.
I'm hoping this rolls out like a carpet. I think Al is too.
We're gonna find out. Yeah, what do you think the odds are?
You can push this without me?
So far, so good. Last bale we're spreading, and it looks like it's gonna be perfect timing because it's getting pretty dark out there. I think that thunderstorm's on its way. Well, we finished just in time. I just got a flood warning notice saying do not leave for the next 3 hours unless you're fleeing because you're told to be evacuated. So I think we have some interesting weather coming. Right there looks pretty interesting. And you can hear the thunder. So I have some grain in the back of my truck. I need to get that out before it gets wet. I'm glad we got all that hay down because that'll help keep anything washed out. We're supposed to get at least an inch of rain tonight and like an inch and a half of rain tomorrow. And up to 5 total. So I think 2.5 is more than enough. We don't need 5. So we've gotten some rain. The rain gauge says almost 0.7 of an inch. It has stopped. It's supposed to continue on, and it came down hard at some points. I'm kind of curious to see what this all looks like. So you guys blew it out of the water. It's been just over 36 hours since we uploaded our last video, and we already got over 21,000 likes on my little dance moves. And we said if we got 20,000, Gina would do her dance moves.
Wait a second. I'm pretty sure at the end I said 50,000, but Al might have cut that out of the video. But just for you, I'll do something. I don't know if you're going to call it a dance move or not.
We're going to find out.
I know what you really want to see. You want to see Ken and Al have a dance-off. So if you want to see that, give this video 40,000 likes by the time he gets back here to help with the build. That's the end.